Today we will learn some facts about Viggen High School. These are 4 of Viggen High School's most important characters. Semlaw, the commander, Petra, the vice commander, Amalia, and Eva. These characters are most prevalently featured in Viggen's defeat by Pravda. Other ways to see these characters are in propaganda, along with other comics, with the case of Semlaw. This is a comic panel from the manga showing from left to right Amalia, Petra, and Eva after the Pravda defeat. This here is an example of Semlaw, our commander. This right here is the Vice Commander Petra in the traditional Viggen school uniform. Now here we have Eva in the Viggen alternate uniform. Lastly, this is Amalia in a color drawing of the panel from the defeat by Pravda. Viggen leadership is split into 3 main parts, one for each server. Each server has different ways of handling their leadership. This is subject to change in the future. However, right now, this is how they are. What we'll talk about is Project Sunshadow Viggen. Project Sunshadow Viggen has 1 commander, 1 vice commander, and as many secretaries as the commander sees fit. Each of these secretaries, vice commander, and commander can each plan matches at will, given the grace of the leader. The second of these groups is GUP SC Viggen, otherwise known as Großen Panzer Senshai Community Viggen. Their leadership consists of a commanding officer and an executive officer, who both lead the team and plan matches. The final of the 3 groups is Senshai Revival Viggen. Their leadership consists of a commander and vice commander who also plan matches and lead the school. One thing all these groups have in common is that the commander can do as the commander wishes with his leadership, such as appointing or dismissing his vice commanders and secretaries as he sees fit. Here are a list of cannon vehicles, along with additional vehicles you will most often see across all Viggen groups. Now, in addition to this list, we also have vehicles that are not in War Thunder, such as the STRV M31FM, a rogue wheel variant of the STRV M31, along with the STRV M37 Tankette. Now, this is not the be-all end-all list for all Viggen groups. For each group's specific vehicles, I would recommend you check their allowed fighting vehicle list posted in each separate server. Here we have an example AFV list from Project Sunshadow. Now we move on to the match rules for each server. Each server has its own set of rules and conditions that each team must follow during the match. The universal rules are you are not allowed to respawn if killed, and you are not allowed to call in artillery. Aside from that, Großen Panzer Senshai Community puts you in simulator point of view, and also has a rule that if your vehicle's engine, transmission, barrel, or breech are broken, you are not allowed to repair it during the battle, and you must J out of the vehicle. Project Sunshadow has a rule where there is no spawn radar, and there are also no subs allowed for tournaments. Senshai Revival has a rule about no APDS or heat being allowed during unaltered matches. In addition to all that, upon spawn, you must wait for either a Panzer or go typed in chat before you're allowed to move. Now, certain matches may also have special rules that you need to follow, such as tank restriction, map restriction, or knockout voice chat. Here we will learn some about the school lore for Viggen. We have 3 cannon tanks, the STRV M37 Tankette, the STRV M40L or K variants, and the STRV M42EH, otherwise known as the LOG 04 or the IKV-74. This right here is an example of the STRV M37 Tankette. Now here we have Commander Semlaw standing next to an STRV M40. Here we have Vice Commander Petra standing next to an STRV M42EH. Here we have Maya, a character not touched on in this video, next to another vehicle, the STRV M31FM, which, as you can tell, has road wheels that can be raised or lowered, unlike the normal STRV M31. During the comics, Viggen suffered a loss to Pravda. This was the reason why Viggen did not enter the Sun Shadow tournament, as it is believed by some law that Viggen must prepare more and more so that eventually they may be ready for the tournament. Viggen keeps good relations with Viking Fisheries and Yatko Sora, often having scrimmages against the two of them where they often come out victorious. This is the end of Introduction to Viggen High Schools. More videos may come out in the future, however, this should be a good stepping stone for you joining this glorious team.